The first one is, if I've already tested positive for COVID, do I still need to get the vaccine?
It's a common question. The answer is yes. We don't really know how long your immunity to this disease lasts.
Does that mean that they will be tossed out of some of the first groups of people that can get the vaccine?
You know, it's interesting. We were just talking with some clinicians, some of whom had COVID, who said, I probably will step aside and let some of my colleagues get it before me, my colleagues who have not had COVID. So it may be actually more of an ethical decision making than sort of a medical one.
AstraZeneca, Pfizer's,
the Moderna vaccine.
Will people be able to decide which vaccine they get?
Not initially. We won't be able to say our hospital doesn't want this vaccine, we want that vaccine. We're not going to do that. We need to start getting people vaccinated. So this is our light at the end of the tunnel.
Pfizer's vaccine needs to be kept at about 94 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit.
Will the vaccine be that cold when it gets injected into us?
No, the vaccine will not be that cold when you get it. We put it in the fridge, we let it thaw. We'll feel like other vaccines.
Why is the FDA waiting until December 10th to look at the Pfizer vaccine?
There's lots of looking going on right now as the EUA, the emergency use authorization, has been given. The FDA needs several weeks to look at that. This has been proprietary data to the company, and they have now turned it over to the FDA.
How much data are they looking at? Who's doing the looking at?
These are FDA scientists. There's outside vaccine specialists, experts who have committed their careers to developing vaccines, researching vaccines, looking at immune responses to vaccines. So they're going to be asking and looking for data. How many people were in the trial? How many people got the vaccine? How many people got the placebo? How many people who got the placebo got sick versus those who got the vaccine got sick? Mm-hmm. What were the side effects? So there's a lot of data that will be looked at.
Now, both Moderna and Pfizer's vaccines require 2 doses weeks apart.
Is there a fear that people go out and get their first dose and then we run out?
We don't think that there'll be a risk of you get your first dose and then we run out and we don't have one for second. There's a very nice way to avoid that. The first dose will be set aside. Everyone will get that. And then the second dose will come in a separate shipment. We don't think that there'll be a risk of you get your first dose and then we run out and we don't have one for second. There's a very nice way to avoid that.
Do we know how long this vaccine will last?
It's a great question. We don't know the answer to that. We don't even know the answer to that for the disease. This is normal to have vaccines. You prove that they're safe, you prove that they're effective, and you follow and you watch and you monitor and you look back and study.
Will the vaccine still be effective if COVID mutates?
That is a question that remains to be seen, and we're hopeful.
I think we're still some ways away from something that'll be the new normal.
Will someone still have to wear a mask after they've gotten the vaccine?
Yes, until we get to a point where we have such high community immunity, either from people getting disease or getting vaccinated, that we don't have to wear masks anymore. Wearing of masks will be through this winter, into the spring, probably into next fall as well, and we'll just have to see.
Heather Brown, WCCO 4 News.